talk and learn. Oli Podcast. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Oli Podcast. I'm Oli and with me is Tulips. How are you doing today?
I'm good, feeling a bit more relaxed than usual. Maybe because we're doing today's episode on slow living, so I'm already in the right mindset.
Exactly. We're going to talk today about the art of slow living, what it means, why it matters, how to practice it, and maybe share some personal stories. If you've ever felt like life is moving too fast, this one is for you.
To start, what does slow living even mean? It's not about doing everything in slow motion, more about intention and being present.
Yes, according to Slow Living LDN, it's living better, not faster, doing things with more consciousness, aligning your life with what you truly value.
And it actually started from what's called the slow movement. The roots go back to the 1980s with something called the slow food movement. There was this guy, Carlo Petrini, who protested when a McDonald's opened in Rome. Basically, he wanted to protect local food traditions instead of fast food culture. From there, the idea spread beyond just food. Now we have things like slow travel, slow fashion, even slow working.
So, why should someone care? What benefits come from slowing down a bit?
From what I found, there are several. The first one is reduce stress, improve mental health. Harvard Health points out that practicing slow living can lower stress and blood pressure because you become more mindful, more aware. Next, better relationships. When you are not rushing, you have more capacity to be present with others. Dr. X wrote about how mindfulness, which is central to slow living, can enhance relationship quality. And the last, increase clarity and being more present. You notice more small details in life, appreciate simple things, stop living on autopilot. The more present you are, the more time stretches out in a psychological sense.
Yes, it's true. When you slow down, you feel less stressed, you connect better with people, and even simple things start to feel more meaningful. It's like you finally get to enjoy life instead of rushing through it. The other benefits are creativity and fulfillment. When you're not constantly busy, there's mental space for creativity, for passion projects, and for thinking. And then environmental sustainability benefit. Slowing down often means consuming less, supporting local rather than global mass production, and being more aware of how our actions impact others and the planet.
I love that part too. Slowing down doesn't just help us personally with creativity and having space for passion projects, but it also has a bigger impact. You end up consuming less, being more mindful, and even supporting the environment in small ways. So it's not only good for us, but also for the planet. But of course, there are misconceptions. People hear slow living and think lazy, unproductive, and retrogressive.
Exactly. Slow living isn't about never doing anything fast. It's not about rejecting all modern convenience either. It's more about choosing when to go fast and when to slow down, being intentional.
Also, it's not only for people who live in the countryside or big houses. You can do slow living in a city, even with a busy schedule. Small adjustments matter.
So, how do we actually do this? Let's share some actionable tips.
Cool! I will start. The first one is declutter your schedule. Say no to things that don't align with what matters. Prioritize. Second, mindful moments. Even simple things like taking 5 minutes in morning without phone or being fully present during meals. Third, limit distractions. Less time mindlessly scrolling, more time doing things that bring value. Fourth, slow hobbies like gardening, reading, cooking, walking in nature. These are things that don't have to be rushed. Fifth, create routines that allow slowness. Maybe an evening ritual, morning ritual, times when you switch off work or emails.
Right, those are great tips. It's really about simplifying your schedule, being more mindful, cutting out distractions, and making time for hobbies or routines that let you slow down. And small changes like that can make a huge difference. I'll add a few from what I read. Try slow travel when possible. Stay somewhere longer, explore without rushing itinerary, and then cook more at home. Take time with meals, not just eating to fuel, but as an experience. Be aware of what's non essential, what's just noise in life. Simplify material things, but also mental load.
And of course, there are challenges. It's not always easy to slow down when life demands constantly pull us forward.
Yes, like guilt. Am I being lazy? Or pressure from work or society to always be more productive? Also, sometimes slowness sensibly conflicts with deadlines, responsibilities.
What I think is important is that it doesn't have to be perfect. It's a mindset more than a goal line. Even small changes, little pockets of slowness in our day, can really add up.
That's right.
So, Auli, do you have a personal example of how you've tried to slow down in your daily life?
Let me share something. A few months back, I decided to stop checking my phone first thing in the morning. No social media, no news. I just sit, brew tea, look outside. Those 10 to 15 minutes make a big difference in how I feel. Less anxious and more grounded.
That sounds nice. For me, I tried slow weekends, not planning too many events, maybe one place to go rather than a full list, just feeling okay doing nothing specific or productive. Surprising how hard that sometimes is, because society makes you feel you should always do something.
Okay, let's give our listeners a small challenge, something you can try this week to dip into slow living.
Good idea. How about pick one morning or evening, at least 15 minutes, where you put away your phone, avoid notifications, and just do something simple you enjoy, like reading, journaling, walking, tea, or whatever. And another, on one of your days, say no to one thing you don't have to do. Maybe a meeting, maybe a social obligation, maybe just skipping a non urgent task.
Yes, and observe, how do you feel after? More calm, more present, or more aware?
To sum up, slow living is not about rejecting speed altogether. It's about choosing your pace, being intentional, focusing on presence, relationships, values, well being.
And it's realistic. Little steps can shift things. It's a mindset shift, not a perfect lifestyle that you achieve, then you're done.
Thanks for listening, everyone. If you like this episode, let us know which slow living practices you want us to talk more about. Maybe we'll do a follow up where listeners share their slow living stories.
Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, share it with someone who might need to slow down a little. Until next time, be kind to yourself and slow down a bit. Bye!